I picked up this Tsunami Barrier, a $35 Walmart find. It's in the 4000 series. I've got it spooled up with 15-pound braid, and this reel has plucked up some serious fish. I have been going through a black drum phase, and this thing has been put through the ringer. And in fact, I had an exponentially glowing review for a $35 Walmart reel until the drag went out. Now, the drag still works, but that little spring in there, that little piece of metal that makes it go grrr, it died on me. So I've had this reel probably a couple months now, and I have caught all sorts of fish. I'm talking hundreds of trout, plenty of redfish, sheepshead, giant black drum, Spanish mackerel, ladyfish. For $35, this thing has got me meal after meal after meal after meal. Dadgummit. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to show you the biggest fish I have ever caught on this super cheap reel. It's pretty awesome. I'll overlay some footage, but stay tuned for some epic fights. All right, so honestly, I looked this reel up and I think the new model is going for about $50. So I guess we're gonna have to pretend like this thing cost me $50 and not $35. But with that being said, I have another $50 reel, the Penwrath 2, and I will say they feel totally different. My $50 Penwrath 2 that I'm about to review feels a lot more sturdy, but this is pretty lightweight. So I'm gonna start with a couple of the things that I don't like about it, and then I'm gonna move into the things that I do like about it. Number one, what I don't like is this foam handle. The foam handle is really loose. It's foam, it feels extremely cheap, and I am not a fan of it. It's not very ergonomic, and this is my least favorite handle of any budget rod that I have ever owned. Not a huge fan of it. It's just kind of loose. Don't like that. Other than that, I mean, it feels pretty decent. It's fairly cheap. You know, it has a decent build quality, and I will say right here, the part where your fingers go, it is not smooth at all. This part wears my fingers out. Honestly, it is kind of, it's giving me blisters and it's not the most comfortable to hold. But I paid $35 for this reel and it has caught me an incredible amount of fish. So basically, those are my two main complaints. The handle doesn't feel good, it's wobbly, and it's just super cheap foam. And this thing, after catching your 15 fish of the day or whatever that fights. I'm not talking about just little trout. I'm talking about fish that genuinely fight redfish and black drum, sheepshead, any of those types of species. When it's really pulling against you and it's going left and right and you're really having to hold on really hard, that will eventually wear you down. Now, two things. One, looks pretty decent. It's got a nice gray look. It's got some blue in there. It's got some black. It's all right. It has 7 internal seals. This is the 4000 series, and you can do 230 yards, 15-pound braid, 20-pound braid, 200 yards, 30-pound, 185. It has a 5:1 gear ratio. So it is made for braid. It is made for salt. And it has all sorts of cutouts. As you can see, there are cutouts everywhere. There's cutouts all along that part of it, and of course, the actual handle itself is all cut out. So this thing is super light, making it more sensitive, which is why I like to bottom fish with it. I'll sheepshead fish most of the time, but then I'll end up pulling up a 33-inch black drum. Anyway, for the price, it feels pretty decent in build quality. It is pretty sensitive, and it is really light. I really enjoy it. This is my ultra budget reel. This is the cheapest rod and reel combo that I own right now. This is the $30 Berkeley Amp 7.6 model. I will make a review on this. I'm a pretty big fan of this rod and this reel combo, well under $100, and this thing has caught me some incredible fish. This alone has caught probably 30 trout just this week. Absolute blast. These planes are ripping overhead like crazy. Okay, finally, let's get on to the actual performance. I mean, listen, you can lock down the drag. I'm pulling up 30+ inch fish off the bottom near structure in a bridge with this 4000 reel, this $35 Walmart reel. I mean, it's hard to complain with that. You lock down the drag, you can really pull them out. Now, I'm using medium rods. I'm using some pretty light stuff. So, compare it with, this is a pretty light setup right here. We've got a medium, and then we've got this 4000. I'm plucking them up, baby. I'm running 20-pound braid up to 30, 40-pound leader. This has 15-pound braid. Listen, it can handle some big fish. And here's the plot twist. That drag that gave out actually was not the fish's fault. You see, I was having all sorts of line issues, and I was in the middle of filming for this channel. And what I did is I wanted to figure out where deep down in the spool the line was. And it was so windy, it was just a lot going on, it was a rough day, that I attached the hook to the end of my truck bed, my hitch. I start walking and I loosen it as a loose skit. So it's going wee, but it's really, 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 really loose. And then that's what did it. I got maybe 30 yards and it just went silent. I was like, oh man. And it might not seem like a big deal because it still works. Trust me, when you're fishing with these kind of fish, like my wife caught a big old redfish on it the other day. She couldn't tell what was going on. She was reeling, but the drag was too loose, but she didn't know it. Nobody was going anywhere. So that part failed pretty quick. It is weak, but I can't really fault it because of the fish that I've been catching on it, dadgummit. I mean, it's been absolutely incredible, the kind of fish that we've been catching on this super cheap reel. Okay, next let's talk about how well it's sealed, because this thing has been dunked. My wife dunked this twice. Now, one time I had to wait till we got home to wash it off, and the second time I was able to wipe it down with a water bottle immediately, fresh water. And honestly, it is still as smooth as it gets. It kind of makes a little bit of a noise now, but it's honestly not that big of a deal since it's been dunked in saltwater twice. It's been absolutely abused by big fish and numbers of fish. Here we go. Overall, I've only had it 2-3 months, maybe 4 months. I don't have a really good concept of time, but this thing has done me well. You guys have seen it pluck up some monsters on the channel. So overall, I gotta give this a solid 7 out of 10. If it's $50, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. If it's $35, I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10. Yes, I would recommend it. Are there better options for $50? Absolutely. Are there better options for $35? A lot less. So honestly, the Tsunami Barrier II has been an absolute workhorse for me. With the drag expired, this is pretty much exclusively just my trout rod for my wife at this point until I get a replacement. But I've enjoyed it. I might even pick up another one for the trout fishing charter. You know, it's done so well for me, aside from that drag issue, which I guess was my fault. We're on, except he is in the pilings. He is in the pilings. Get up on here, you big old punk. Get up on here. This might be a sheeper keeper. Keeper sheeper. Maybe. Oh no, that's a drum, that's a drum. Oh, we gotta get out of here. That's a drum. Gotta get him up, gotta get him up. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, goodness. Don't go in the pilings. No, 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 no. Come on. Oh. Gotta get out of here, man. Come on, Kayak. Give me some juice. All right, we're gonna drag them out. Oh, think we're all right. Yep, I think we're all right. Woo-wee! Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. This might be a smaller one than before. Stay out of that trolling motor, dude. Oh, oh. Yeah, this guy's gonna be a little smaller. Yeah, he's already up, dude. He's already up. Still heavy. That's still a nice fish. Let's go with the spot lock. Woo-hoo-wee! Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, get up here, you punk! Yeah, this is a nice fish. My drag is really, really tight. All right, let's give him a little bit. Let's give him a little bit. I do have it locked down. Come on, dude. Oh, all right. Oh my gosh. Maybe this is not a smaller fish. But the last one was not as big as I thought it was gonna be. I can't tighten the drag much more. There we go. It's gonna take off. Oh, all right. I'm gonna let him just do his thing. I gotta take a break. Oh my gosh. Little breather here. Little breather. He's not done. He's not even close. Ah, he's close. Oh my gosh. All right, all right. Whew. Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is so much fun. Okay. Come on, dude. Oh, that's a big fish. That's a big fish, guys. Dude, that's bigger. I think this might be bigger. Oh my golly! Look at that. Look at that big ugly. Look at that big fish. Oh, these are so fun. All right. Time to get him in. Got him. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a hog, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, dude, that's a unit. That's a beautiful fish, dude. Oh my gosh. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more saltwater tackle reviews. We like to test cheap stuff on the biggest fish we can catch, baby. And if you're local to Panama City or coming on vacation, come book a kayak fishing charter with me. Greatly appreciate it. Tight lines, and God bless.